Like most of Griffith's kickoffs, this one is deep and not to be returned. Flint gets the start. And a first down throw. Cook fires far side into strong coverage, and right away a pass it.
And because
defense, number 26, spot foul, automatic, first down.
This is Holmes. Very tough to find room in the middle. Holmes collides with Cook and is able to muscle forward, but the timing on the play disrupted, and it'll be third down. Jaron Reed, their third downs, among the top in college football. Empty backfield. Cook fakes and then takes off, not known as a runner, and wrapped up by Reggie Ragland. The punter, Cyrus Jones, deep for the Tide, and he makes a fair catch. And the Tide will take over inside, as most defenses are, but haven't been able to do very well. They pop the ball to Calvin Ridley, the talented freshman, and he finds a few yards around the end.
I mean, they really found their identity after that game.
There's a second down throw. Catch made by Ridley, who darts across the 30.
Middle and Calhoun on third down.
Coker's pass batted down at the line by Lawrence Thomas, the fifth-year senior. On the end around, Ardarius Stewart tries to get to the edge, hit hard and driven down. Games on third down. Again, they fake it to Henry. Coker backpedaling, flips it to Stewart. Trying to make a man miss, can't. Brought down for a loss, well short of the mark. J.K. Scott has come on after a rough start to the season. Look how high this talented sophomore from Colorado can boom the ball, and it bounces down inside the 5-yard line. Spartans didn't field it, and it cost a talented true freshman, the workhorse in that marathon drive against Iowa in the game. Off the blitz, they flip it to Josiah Price, and the tight end has running room and a first down across the 15 quickly. And
which he just did.
Take a minimum number of hits.
Yeah.
Play action to Scott. Cook has to dump it short, which again, it's Price in traffic, weaving, and a short gain. On 2nd and 7. They feed Scott, who tries to bounce it, but is going to be dropped for a loss. Ryan Anderson against the blitz, but the Tide don't often have to blitz, and they rush only 3, and they flush him immediately. Cook around the corner, throws, incomplete. On the sideline, Kings was trying to overhead. But the call will stand, and Cyrus Jones back to receive the punt from Hartbarger, which is a high one, and drives Jones back to the 30. No fair catch hit immediately. Excellent coverage there by. Instead, they fire far side to Ridley, who's been active early, already a few catches.
He's yet to hand the ball to number 2. Wants to see how he passes the ball, Chris.
And on cue, he does handle to number 2, and Henry stutter steps and does move the chains across the 40-yard.
He'll handle this stage, but how will Jake Coker? He's kind of feeling him out here early.
Henry, that's what the Spartans want to do, isn't it? Get him moving sideways and not get that big body. Henry took no insult in that, by the way. Coker chased, flushed, and loses the ball. It rolls out of bounds. Argent, versatile running back to the left of Coker. Spartan fans up and making noise. Coker chased again, dumps it off, dropped by Drake, who's healthy finally. Attention, John Saunders on that play was the key in the drive. Scott gets a much lower punt away. Again, Kings doesn't field it, but this time it doesn't take a real big roll. Michigan State will take over.
Deep ball. You have to work on your running game and your short passing game when you have 2 safeties.
It's Madre London's turn to carry the ball. They'll rotate backs and hope that one of a bigger challenge in college football than facing that Alabama defensive front. It is something to see how those guys.
Impressive to watch their attitudes.
Spartans playing fast on third down, trying to catch the Tide, napping, and they do. The pass complete down inside the 40-yard line to Felton Davis. Burbridge now in the Wildcat as Cook has moved to the receiver. They'll do this from time to time. Burbridge circling back, Cannot escape. Drop for a loss. Gang tackling. Sprinkle that Dave Warner, the play caller, began to use late in the season. He was successful in that long drive against Iowa from time to time. Cook now back in the pocket, delivers incomplete across the middle. Tried to get it to R.J. Shelton. Third down, Kirk. The Spartans trying to play fast and catch the tide. Not ready. Cook harassed and dropped for the first time back at midfield. That unit, they're going to be playing on Sundays for quite a few years. Plenty of scouts around tonight. So Hartbarger trying to knock it dead deep. Does a spectacular job. A sideways bounce. And now will they feed Henry, who's lined up in the end zone. Again, they force him to kind of hop sideways. He can't do. Henry 10 yards on his 3 carries so far. Has it again. Cuts back. Nothing there. Riley Bull.
Be very careful here. Third down and long.
Drake's in motion. Fires back far side. Catch made by Stewart. He gets a block on the edge. Lowers his shoulder. That's a 330-pounder moving very quickly. And Henry now, final minute of the first quarter. 3 receivers to the right. Again, he gets it out quickly to Stewart. He gets another good block on the edge. They're really working the perimeter much.
He's going to have to take a shot against man-to-man pressure from Michigan State. Try to stretch this Michigan State defense.
Flip it to Drake out of the backfield, and Kenyon, who brings an element of speed and versatility. 2nd and 1, so the potential to take a shot right here if he wants to. Instead, they feed Henry. Henry barrels forward for a first down, and that puts him over.
In the play-action pass.
Now it's a 2-back look. Henry just runs over a man and spins for a gain.
Giving up.
Coker to Henry, who powers forward near the marker. It'll be 3rd and short.
And he's gone back to number 2.
Also flip the tempo. Henry knocked down near the marker. Monte Nicholson. This drive. Need about a football. Coker with big number 2 driving behind him does make the first down.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Derek.
Lined up at midfield. They fake it to him. Coker takes a downfield shot. Ridley has a step. Jump ball. Incomplete. Good coverage. Edmondson had a rough night, but he has grown and improved along with a bunch of guys in that secondary. This is Drake now. Not much. Riley Bulla, the pass rush guy. Coker gets protection, finds Drake, who spins free but does not get near the first down. Dropped at the 40. A lot of knowledge and helps the communication, but he hadn't played football in 3 months. I wondered how he'd be able to hold up tonight. So far, so good. It's a big stand by the Spartan defense, forcing a punt which lands into the end zone.
For a pass interference, the other time for a 14-yard gain.
And the 4th tailback to handle the ball for the Spartans already. This is Delton Williams, the junior, who makes it. Williams now in a slot, empty backfield for Cook, who rolls and fires downfield to Shelton. Well covered. Here comes the 2nd pass interference flag of the night. This one on Minka.
He dealt with there. I mean, he came in hard.
Defense, number 29, 15-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
That.
Williams again, short gain.
Of this kind of football game.
You fake it to Williams. Cook stands and delivers again, and a drop. That's a drop. Cook delivers over the middle again. Catch made by Paul Lang, the senior tight end. Cook harassed immediately and just has to heave the ball to the sidelines.
There is no foul on the play for intentional grounding. There was a receiver in the area. However, illegal shift on the offense. That's a 5-yard penalty. Replay first down.
1st and 15. Williams moving to the slot. Cook fires incomplete. It was off the hands of McGarrett Kings. Ready. Cook fires in, no chance, over the head of Josiah Price. It'll be 3rd.
Defensive line to be able to get the pressure on the quarterback.
Cook fires way over the head of R.J. Shelton. Drops the point, kicks the backspin, and doesn't get the roll he was hoping for. A touchback. 8-4. So it's Drake, not Henry, in the game, and Coker looking to throw on first down. Richard Mullaney, the graduate transfer from... Fans glad to see McDowell back in there. Their trainers were looking at him in the last defensive series. Now Henry dropped for a loss, and that here in a very highly rated prospect. Coker to Stewart. Again on the edge. He's knocked out of bounds. Spartans bring pressure. Coker delivers complete once again. A catch made by Stewart, and it was knocked out of bounds near mid-fading. Play action on first down. Coker will take a shot. Ridley holds it in. We waited, we wondered.
It's coming.
For the first home run shot. Not quite a home run, but he stopped at the one.
And they don't reroute him. A little inside move, and he gets one-on-one matchup against Demetrius Cox. It's exactly what they wanted.
What they do is they play fast after a big play. The Spartans were still running guys off of the field as Henry took the handoff. They don't use tempo very often, but they often do after a big short.
Substitution defense, more than 11 players on the field at the snap. The offense did not substitute. Half the distance to the goal, replay first down.
You go 1, 3 in the backfield. Henry, that's easy. Pure muscle, and Alabama strikes first.
Chris, it's a package that Alabama fans got to love. Look at the big defensive tackles. How'd you like to follow that? And you got the Heisman Trophy winner, A'Shawn Robinson, Jaron Reed leading the way. And they opened it up very nicely there for Derrick Henry. That's a lot of girth coming at that Michigan State defense.
Those are a lot of big, nasty guys who had to enjoy the chance to deliver a downhill block like that. We sucked up the leadership of this team, those defensive linemen. Griffith's kick goes out of bounds, so Michigan State will take over at the 35. That play covered 50. The freshman late season workhorse is the back now. Takes the handoff from Connor Cook, who himself has certainly been.
Go-to receivers aren't making plays and you're not running the ball.
From the pocket, delivers into traffic, and again over the head. Tide showing pressure, and they do bring 5 rushers. Cook flushed, hit, dropped.
Hold on to that ball.
Yeah, he had to shift the ball, didn't he, at the last second to the left hand to avoid the fumble. Hartbarger boots it. Cyrus Jones from the 20 gets an initial block, bounces off a man, and dances down across the 26-yard line. Half of done. Tide trying to add to the lead here. 4 minutes to halftime, and Coker feeling good about himself finds O.J. Howard in the veteran tight end, his first
with, and he shows it again there.
There is no foul on the play for roughing the passer. Contact was to the chest.
So the flag is picked up. Call.
Comes.
Now some movement.
Ball start.
And Derrick Henry.
Offense, number 2. 5-yard penalty, first down.
Go after that.
Henry on 1st and 15 tries to cut it back. Coker throws a block. Henry is just tracked down at the 40. Calhoun, the way their offense has struggled. Coker and a flag before the snap again.
Prior to the snap, false start. Offense number 74. 5-yard penalty, second down.
Loss late in the half. Coker, downfield shot. Howard is wide open, makes the catch, running free inside the 25. Calhoun drove him out. Howard told me, Kirk, I just have to wait and be patient and then make my chances count.
And he gets matched up against the corner who actually hesitated. You can see him, he gets in the way there of Reschke, and because he gets behind a couple steps, it makes it easy for Howard to outrun him, and a good throw by Coker.
And again, tempo after the big play as Coker fires far side, but flying in to knock down Stewart was... It's Drake in the backfield. They fake it to him. Coker has to escape pressure off the edge and now just fire it into the bench. You know, Howard is such a talented guy.
You know, it gets a little bit frustrating, but it sure is working.
Oh, Coker bobbles the snap. The play is all messed up, running for his life, and just fires it to Drake, who should have dropped the ball. He makes the catch, but it's a loss on the strong. 21 of 29 for the season. This from 47 for a 10-point lead. And he knocks it through. For the kicker, born in Poland, adopted by parents in Georgia. Makes it a 10-point lead with 1:25 before halftime. So celebrating the 11th sacks, the 10 runs, total 10 yards against the Tide so far. Ouch.
Welcome to the Alabama front seven.
Cannot be a comfortable feeling for Cook, knowing they are basically one-dimensional at this point.
Get open and try to get off this coverage, this tight coverage from Alabama.
We got 3 timeouts and 1:25 to work with. Gerald Holmes stays in to block the blitz, and it's a low throw. They finally move. Spartans do employ tempo. Cook in the pocket, flips it short. Holmes cannot escape Reggie Ragland, a short gain.
Yeah, mistake for Connor Cook.
Cook on 2nd and 7, steps up, delivers another strike across the middle to Shelton, and they'll move the
to get into the middle.
Cook again. Tight coverage over there. Tried to get it to a hometown guy. Played his high school football just up the road in Fort Worth. Cook, as the pocket collapses, he goes down again. Don't they? The defensive line.
Without a doubt.
In terms of the players.
Yep.
3rd and 18 for Cook. Fires complete to Kings, who makes the catch, takes a hit at the 30-yard line. Clutch with 35 seconds left.
That is a big 3rd down throw and a great job of anticipating. That's where the relationship and experience between Cook and Kings comes in. That time he threw that well before Kings had turned around.
If the Spartans can get back in this game, remember that play. They still have the 1 timeout. Cook fires far side into coverage, and a leaping catch by Burbridge over Jones at the 12.
You know, you want to get to the national championship, your best players have got to make plays. And that's what's happening for the first time all night for this Michigan State offense.
And now they got the big Alabama bodies breathing heavily from the 12. Cook takes a shot, picked off. Jones along the sidelines. And Cook with a crucial mistake as the time pick him off for the first time with 6 seconds before halftime.
Burbridge makes a big play the play before. Chris, that is textbook by Cyrus Jones. Anticipating, looking back over his shoulder. Watch his technique at the top. Watch how he's anticipating and waiting for it, and he goes up and makes the play. Connor Cook telegraphs the throw. He completely stares down his wide receiver, which allowed Jones to be able to be ready to go up and make the play and take the ball away from Burbridge.
Cook is normally very smart in the red zone. That's only his, you see Kirby smart. That's just his 2nd red zone pick this year.
They had, at the very least, they had a chance at a field goal and possibly a touchdown.
Henry on the final play of the half. He's been limited in this.
He's received in his life. He's played well in this first half.
Cronin's kick goes through the end zone. You know, you heard Tom say pregame that Coker's performed over 2,000 yards for the season. And now Coker thought about finding Drake on 1st down, delivers and said to Mullaney, who was wide open, slips a tackle and moves into Michigan State territory. And the Tide quickly trying to add to their lead. Henry, not much, and a nice job by Lawrence Thomas off the edge to knock the big man down.
But a field goal is all they really can afford at this point.
Stewart takes a little pop pass from Coker, makes a man miss and gets knocked down at the
State.
Henry motions out. Coker has plenty of time. A flag comes down, incomplete. Darian Harris was
2 fouls, both on the defense. Holding, defense.
I was holding up front.
That penalties decline. Personal foul, hands to the face, defense number 93. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot, automatic, 1st down.
Yep. Coker was surprised by the snap, backpedaling, delivers a strike to Ridley as Calhoun at 6. Drake to the right of Coker. Takes the handoff, but is knocked down immediately. Greg. Fake it to Henry. Coker bootleg. Howard, another catch, driven out. First down. Alabama. Dream now. Quarterbacking Alabama to a SEC championship. Perhaps bigger things. And Coker keeps it. Flag comes down as he is driven down hard by Patrick, the idol of Jake.
Hands to the face. Defense number 4. Half the distance to the goal from the end of the run. Automatic first down.
Big Henry diving to the 5. No doubt. Coker. End zone. Ridley. Jump ball. Incomplete. Edmondson was battling him and made the play.
You know, for a guy that wasn't expected to play a lot tonight, with the injury to Darian Hicks, Edmondson is out there playing, and he is working hard on an island. Last second, gets his hands up, recognizes the football, and because of that effort there, and the crowd's reacting, but Ridley did not have complete possession of the ball while he was in bounds. He's still battling for the ball. Then Ridley may take a peek at this. He ends up catching it. Is the ball moving is the one question.
Here's a pylon cam look at it. He definitely does catch the ball, but does he have possession when he steps out right there? Let's bring in Dave Kataya, rules expert. Dave, how did you see this one? Ruled incomplete on the field.
Well, based on these 2 shots, the ball is moving, and it looks like that play's going to stand as call.
After further review, the receiver got his right foot down in the end zone with possession. Touchdown.
What a play by Calvin Ridley, the freshman, as the call on the field is overturned and the Tide has stretched their lead.
Yeah, and I think, Dave, you know, that's a call you and I and every person watching this, you might get it. Half the people say that the ball was moving. The other half might say that it was not. Both his feet ended up being in bounds, and they must have felt that the ball was secured as he stepped on that second step and eventually out of bounds. But it's a touchdown, and now Michigan State down 17.
Griffith with to have a spectacular night. 21 of 25, 224. AT&T's strongest of the strong. Run 4 guys off. It's Mondre London, the tailback behind Cook, and they give it to him. The middle is just clogged once again. They fake it to London. Cook escapes the pressure by rolling out, and now will scoot out of bounds after a short gain. You can feel the urgency. White and green in 3rd and 6. Cook has protection, but the ball's batted up in the air. Caught by a Spartan. It's McGiver. And Allen, the all-defensive SEC player, with a couple of sacks and pass broken up, and the Spartans go 3 and out for the 3rd time. The puff is muffed by Jones.
A lot more of Henry trying to wear down Michigan State.
Running left with a wall of blockers. Hurdles a man, dives across the 40. You can start as a true freshman in the SEC at left tackle, huh? He's a sophomore this year. Henry that time a short gain. This time they move the pocket. Coker wanted a downfield shot. Escapes the tackle of Bulla, but dropped for a short loss. I need 11 on 3rd down. Grid protection. Coker delivers a strike again. It's Mullaney.
He's that time.
Henry. Flag comes down as Henry muscles for about 13 before he's
personal foul. Chop block. Offense. Number 76 and number 50. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. Replay first down.
And 1st and 25. Spins free. Shows the strength. Fires it to the bench. There was no one in. Still 2nd and 25. Coker chased again. Flips it to Henry on a screen, who could not keep his balance and steps out of bounds, or just call a safe play. Yeah. Feed Mr. Henry, who gets up ahead of his team, but it'll be dropped down at the 42. And here, you're right, missed opportunity to add to it. Scott gets a punt up into the jet stream. Kings from 5. Knocked down at the 15. So a long way to go for Connor Cook. Flying before the snap.
False start. Offense. Number 76. 5-yard penalty. First down.
It's guys deep, and you still have 5 underneath in coverage.
You know, 1st and 15. They feed it to Scott. There just hasn't been any
yards rushing.
Cook takes a downfield shot. Kings could not make the
true freshman out of New Jersey.
That's about the 3rd drop. You've got to make those plays against a defense this good. And now they got to get 12 to stay on the field here. Cook pressured. Fires it away, incomplete to avoid the sack. Tim Williams.
Not outside of the tackle box.
Offense, number 18. The quarterback was in the pocket. There was no eligible receiver in the area. Lost it down at the spot of the foul. 4th down.
Up to his end line here. Gets it away quickly. Jones is driven back. It's a nice punt, but he's got room. Cyrus Jones with a crease to the sideline. Still running. Touchdown, Alabama. "57 yards, and the Tide can smell that title game." Non-offensive touchdowns have been a big part of this team's success this season. 9 of them now, Kirk.
And the slash intentional grounding that Tim Williams forced put Cyrus Jones in a position to have a chance at a big return by pushing Michigan State deep into their own territory.
And Cyrus Jones driven back. Wraps the kick beyond the Spartan coverage, and the 4th time this season, number 5 has taken one to the house. 24-0. Alabama, and the deficit growing bigger for Cook. A pick, and now a punt retaining its grip on this semifinal in Arlington, as Cyrus Jones with something special. This is Shelton trying to answer. Knocked down across the 25. Nothing. Will it be pure? Hurry up now from the Spartans. Urgency here. This is Burbridge, but just nowhere to run after the catch. Crowd of Crimson was the drive that ended in the pick at the end of the half. Cook rolling out, batted in the air, almost intercepted.
Was up, almost come down with the interception.
3rd and 9, pressure. Cook gets it away. Burbridge could not make the catch. Their side. And Jones, another chance, this time to the left side. Gave that little high step move again and got across midfield. At midfield. Will they begin to feed Henry now? Nope. Lane Kiffin still wants a play action shot down the field. Ridley running free. Got a touchdown. Second 50-yard connection between Coker and Ridley tonight.
And it's the exact same way that they attacked them earlier. It's the way other teams have tried to attack Michigan State. When you get a receiver matched up in the inside against a safety who's 8 to 10 yards off the line of scrimmage, Calvin Ridley is full speed by the time Demetrius Cox has a chance to try to defend him. It's really, really tough without being rerouted with that slot receiver. Lane Kiffin deserves a ton of credit for finding ways to get Ridley matched up against the safety. He's right here. He's actually right here. And look at the man who's going to try to cover him. Look at the distance that you have right there. And a little bit of play action, which gets the linebackers up. And now it's just one-on-one right here. He gets exactly what he wants, steps up into the pocket to buy time, and then throws it away from the defender. But
career highs in completions and yards, 24.
Kiffin gets criticized. People need to start embracing him for the offensive mind that he can be.
Well, they feed Scott down 31 now. Final couple minutes of the
Crafted and went back to finding a way to just, we're going to run the football with Derrick Henry and play action pass.
Shelton, short gain near the marker at the 35. Receivers. This is the Spartans wide receiver, Burbridge in at Wildcat with Scott next to him. He keeps it. Shows the speed on the edge. A stiff arm driven out. First down across the 45.
I would not either.
That 11-yard run was the longest of the night. It gets him into plus territory. They now, before that play, had a net 2 yards rushing. And Ridley on a deep ball from Coker. On 3rd and 8, shovel pass to Price inside. The tight end has some room. A first down and a lot more inside the 35.
Yeah, really.
Cook, it's a 4-man rush, delivers behind Price and incomplete. Again, over the middle, it's Burbridge, a catch for a short gain.
Stay, not just to be there with his coaching staff, but really it's about the players and finishing, trying to finish this year off.
Scott on 3rd and 5 gets nothing, and it'll be 4th down. Smart. That play is knocked down on 4th down by Bama's just really good, and they are again tonight. Henry knocked down for a loss. Derrick has not.
One of his former assistants.
Well, Jeremy Pruitt will take over as defensive coordinator as Ridley takes this little pop pass, and Ridley trying to add to his big evening, driven down after about an 8-yard gain. It'll be 3rd. Coker diving still headlong, trying to move the chains on 3rd down. Comes up a couple. Look for every edge tonight. Another department in which Alabama has dominated. And that's another deep punt from the sophomore. Kings driven back inside his 15, and the coverage for Alabama that time swarming down there and drops him right there. Wearing down a Big Ten team in Wisconsin, even more impressive tonight. They really have grown as the season's gone on. Chasing Cook again. Runs out across the 15 after a.
Remember, he's been through a lot throughout his career, starting in Tallahassee as a backup to Jameis Winston.
Cook dumps it off incomplete out of the hands of Price.
Maybe even this year early against Cooper Bateman, and then after being benched, he kind of got just upset.
Sure did. Responded very well to that benching, played well.
By his teammates as a captain, and then getting a chance in a playoff and playing the way he has tonight. 25 of 30 for 287.
Jones fair catch. Spartans.
Hour at game day tomorrow morning. You got to be ready to go.
I know you'll be ready.
Oh, yeah.
That wasn't what I was going for. As Drake gets the edge and shows the speed into Spartan territory, cuts back, still running. Kenyon Drake dragged down at the 10 by Calhoun. You said he'd have a monster play tonight. It came in the 4th quarter.
Well, he has such speed, and he's able to get to the outside. Calvin Ridley comes up with a block, a crack block. There's nobody left to the outside because the corner, Edmondson, followed Ridley to the inside. So Ridley essentially takes 2 defenders away, and then it's just...
An even bigger beat down here. Drake knocked down for a short gain.
On the left and right, he keeps it together.
Henry cuts it back, tries to bounce it, gets past Calhoun, headed for the end zone. Another touchdown for the Tide. The second for the Heisman winner tonight.
Here's that stiff arm. Look at him push away Calhoun. That is a big man at 255, 260 pounds. He just throws him to the side right there with that stiff arm that's becoming legendary. And then the speed to get to that corner of the end zone for the touchdown.
Pylon cam showing you the dive. So Henry up to 75 yards rushing. Only 3.8 per carry in those 2 touchdowns. They don't quit, these guys, do they?
No.
Midway fourth. And Griffith to make it 38-0.
Sure do.
As we begin to, no, Cook's actually still in the game, but with Terry, he's playing quarterback, and he's going to take off. And the talented runner who took on protecting the shutout. And it's a throwback to Price, and gets a block on the edge, muscles for about 5, and gets
2.
After the play, personal foul, late hit, defense number 22. 15-yard penalty from the dead ball spot, automatic first down.
Watch.
Would love to get on the board here. Cook flips it short, and London's knocked out of bounds. A lot on the practice field. Would they have that edge, that energy needed for the game after practicing so hard, hitting so much? And Kirk, you know, spending so much emotional energy.
And that has really, those defeats it's driven this team as a group to be different this year.
London cannot escape as knockdown. It's going to be third down.
See, I think that's what's different. You know,
feel about this team for the reasons you just said. He really wants to win a championship for their sake. Really not to add to his total, and you can believe him when he says that. I mean, obviously making noise. They fake it to London. Cook still has it, throws back, and incomplete. Trying to get it to Kevin Pendleton, but Bradley Silv was right there in the time. Will take over again. 4:20 important to him. Other connections between the schools, of course, Danny Ford, who won Clemson's only previous championship, an Alabama grad. As we see the talented true freshman Bo Scarborough.
You playing tonight.
Scarborough, he wants to make the most of his opportunities, and he's a load too. And look at the Alabama. Being the last team standing is really the only thing they play for. And now it's another true freshman, Damian Harris, who's a talented back, getting his turn. Saw Clemson play tremendous defense in the second half. They really wore down the Sooners.
As far as quarterbacks that give Alabama trouble, and we're going to get to see that matchup against that Alabama defense.
Scarborough hit for a lot. No doubt. And now Kiffin perhaps will really believe that he can count on this quarterback. Bateman, meanwhile, trying to make his mark. Delivers a low throw. You know Henry's.
Watching him in practice, you don't even know he's on the practice field. It's almost like Tom Landry as far as his approach and how quiet he deals with his quarterback.
I've never heard that comparison made. Lane Kiffin and Tom Landry.
I'm saying his demeanor.
No, I know what you mean. A lot of good memories in this season for the Spartans as well. As Connor Cook just flips it off short, incomplete. This is a season that will be remembered for a long. Cook fires. And Burbridge, who really wasn't able to make a big play, loses the ball. One of the top quarterback prospects, all the analysts say, for the draft. Kirk Cousins, of course, his predecessor, evident going forward. Cook working over the middle, and the catch is made by D'Anthony Arnett out to the 45.
The tough thing, they have as many wins as almost anybody in the country in the last 3 or 4 years.
Yeah, 5 11-win seasons in the last 6 as Cook flips it down. Leaping interception made by Dylan Lee, who's mobbed by his teammates. The senior with his first pick of the season. Wow, what a catch.
How about him going up into the air, making the play, and then getting his foot down? Look at Kirby Smart's trying to make a play on the ball. He's over here. Nick's right there. Oh, he makes the catch, gets his knee down for the interception.
That's a linebacker.
Yeah.
Two-handed grab, does get the knee and the elbow down as Cook is picked up for the second time.
You see his eyes watching that ball. We're going the other way. And that secures the shutout.
Almost a smile from Nick there. A lot of smiles from Lee and his teammates.
And with one more game to go, it'll be an interesting challenge for Tom Rinaldi to see if he can get a smirk. Because he still have one more ball game to go.
And I'm not counting on that. It's Bateman out for victory formation. Total team win for the Tide. Defense set the tone, blanking the Spartans. Alabama bullying the Big Ten champions and booking a spot in the national championship game opposite Clemson in Glendale a week from Monday. Emphatic and dominant. Let's get Saban's reaction with Tom Rinaldi. Tom?
Chris, thank you very much. You reached this stage a year ago and didn't get the result you wanted. Why was it different tonight?
Well, I think the players learned a lot from last year's game, and you know they looked at it like they just wanted to participate in the game. I think today they wanted to do something a little bit different and sort of kind of try to take over the game, and I think we did that in the second half.
So much attention focused on Derrick Henry during the weeks leading to this game. What did you learn about your quarterback tonight?
Well, I think the way they play and the way that they played us, that it was going to be difficult to run the ball, so we knew Jake was going to have to throw it and do a good job of it, and he did a fantastic job of making some big plays, and our receivers did a great job of getting downfield on their safeties.
A shutout speaks for itself, but I'll ask you to speak for your defense. How would you describe their performance?
Well, they played well. 2 minutes before the half, we wasn't great on, but we intercepted the ball down there. But, we did a good job today. I think the rush, affected the quarterback some, and we did a pretty good job of covering him for the most part.
You now face #1 Clemson. Dabo Swinney's fond of saying, bring your own guts. What will the Tide bring to the national championship game?
Well, we'd like to enjoy this game for 24 hours, but, Clemson's got a great team. They're undefeated. Got a great program. So, I'm sure our guys are going to be motivated to, try to do the best they can to play the best they can in the game. And it's a great opportunity for them. And I'm just proud as hell of them for getting to where they are and doing what they did all year long since the Ole Miss game.
What are the chances we'll see a smile right now?
Well, we got another game.
I told you. I told you.
Appreciate it. Let's go to Heather.
I don't know how to follow that, Tom. We are definitely going to smile over here with Jake Coker, the winning quarterback. And Jake, you grew up dreaming about being quarterback for this team, but you had quite a detour to get here. Went to Florida State, then came here and had to sit behind Blake. What does it mean to you to be the quarterback of this team, knowing just how long and how hard it was to get to this point?
It means a lot to me to play quarterback at Alabama. Like you said, I pulled for them all my life, and the thing that makes it even more special is the group of guys that just came together, and everybody plays for each other, and there isn't one guy that's not happy about how we played today, or not happy they didn't get the ball, or it's just it's a special team that I couldn't be prouder of, and couldn't ask to be a part of a better group of guys.
And Jake, talk about seizing the moment. At what point tonight could you tell that this was going to be a special night for you?
Well, right when the game ends, we win, and I couldn't be happier, but, this game doesn't mean nothing until, after this game we're playing here in a couple days.
Coach talked so much about how things really changed, especially for you. You won this team over after the Ole Miss loss. How did this team change, and how did you change to help you guys get to this point?
I think we all just came together and started playing, better team football. We understood what we had to do to get where we are right now, and everybody did a great job of doing that. And like I said, it's just unselfishness and guys playing for each other.
And I love it. The back of the hat that you were just handed actually says "one not done," because you've still got a lot to do. So you face the #1 team in the nation in Clemson. What's it going to take for you guys to be one and not done and keep this momentum going?
Just got to keep the focus that we had in preparation for this game. I know they're a great team, and I didn't get to see the game today, but I heard they played pretty well. So, we respect them and everything, but we just got to, be focused and play our game.
Certainly a great matchup that we're certainly looking forward to. We will see you in Glendale. Congratulations.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, Chris, back to you.
Self-proclaimed country boy, very proud of the hunting and fishing trophies that he's collected. Starting to pile up some pretty important football trophies as well, this Jake Coker. And Alabama with an emphatic statement, a shutout of the Big Ten champions, will go to Glendale, Arizona, Kirk, as the favorites to win another championship. But But Dabo Swinney and the Clemson Tigers will like that underdog role. They'll play the disrespect card for the next 10, 11 days.
Oh, absolutely. And the thing that's going to be great about the build-up is going to be Deshaun Watson and that offense. The tempo, the spread, the athletic quarterback against this Alabama defense. It's their entire focus has been to prepare for that kind of offense and that kind of quarterback. So we're going to get an answer there in the championship.
Partner, enjoyed finishing the year with you. Safe
fun.
Travels to Pasadena.
Yes,
of course,
sir.
we'll see you in Glendale, Arizona. In just a little while here, you can zip over to New York. Dick Clark's New Year's Rockin' Eve with Ryan Seacrest on ABC. And the drop of the ball inside 15 minutes. But in the meantime, we'll present the trophies. The Goodyear Cotton Bowl Classic to Alabama on the Ford GT postgame show. And continue to look ahead to the championship matchup between Alabama and Clemson. Welcome to the Ford GT postgame. And we're closing in on SportsCenter with Scott Van Pelt. Scotty set up at the 30-yard line here in his little desk, ready to bring you complete wrap-up of both semifinal games. But first, the trophy presentation. Field side to John Saunders.
Chris, thanks a lot. Things are a little tight down here, guys, aren't they? First, I want to introduce a couple of gentlemen instrumental to this. It's Dan Navikoff, chairman of the Cotton Bowl Athletic Association, and Rich Kramer, chairman and CEO and president of Goodyear, for the presentation of the Cotton Bowl Classic trophy to Nick Saban.
Thank you, John. On behalf of Goodyear, the College Football Playoff, and the Cotton Bowl Athletic Association, we congratulate both teams on a well-played game and a tremendous season. Now, I present the Cotton Bowl Classic Championship Trophy to our semifinal champion, Coach Saban and the Alabama Crimson Tide. Congratulations and good luck in Phoenix.
Congratulations, Nick. Another one for the trophy case. You guys were in a semifinal last year against an Ohio State Buckeyes team that went on to win the national championship. Did you guys learn something from that experience?
I think we learned a lot. I think last year we sort of participated in the game. You know, this year we really wanted to come and make a statement and, you know, do something special. And I'm really proud of the guys for the way they played today, the coaches for the great job that they did, the preparation. The Cotton Bowl folks have been great all week, so this has been a fantastic trip for us.
I don't know if you're aware of this yet, but you had more points than they had yards on the ground, and that is saying something about your defense.
Well, I think our defense did a great job today, but I think this is a great team win. Offense made some big plays, scored some points. We scored a touchdown on special teams, so this is a great team win. That's how we wanted it to be, and I'm proud of all of them.
You knew coming into the game that they'd be keen to stop your Heisman Trophy winners, so you knew you'd have to throw the ball a little bit to be successful, and you guys were pretty successful at doing that.
Well, we knew we might struggle a little bit to run it against them, and we knew we had to have some run-pass options, and Jake did a fantastic job of throwing the ball and taking advantage of that, and we did a really good job today, so really pleased with the way we played offense.
I know you well enough to know that the minute this game was over, went to triple zeros, that you started thinking about the Clemson Tigers and what you have to face in the championship game. What do you expect in that type of game? Do you expect to grind it out early like this one?
No, we really haven't thought about who we would play in that game yet. We know we're going to play Clemson now, so we'll zero in on them. They have a great team and a great coach and have had a fantastic season. But, you know, I'm proud of the way our guys compete in the game, and we'll do everything we can to help them get ready to have a chance to be successful in a national championship game.
I have just one more question, and that is the fact, normally you win this game and that's it. You raise the trophy and you're the champion in your previous experiences. This is a little bit different. Does it change your preparation or thought process going into this?
Well, I think the playoff is really good for the fans. I think it creates a lot of interest and excitement, and you know, our team is really appreciated the opportunity to be here, and we appreciate the opportunity we have next week against a very good Clemson team.
Nick, congratulations. We'll see you in Phoenix. Gentlemen, congratulations right now. Let's go up to Chris Fowler and Kirk Herbstreit. Guys.
And the confetti begins to fly. John, thank you. Man not known for glowing adjectives, finds a few. Clearly gratified and proud, but knowing there's a lot more work to be done, because anything short of a championship is not what Saban and the Tide open the season hoping for.
No, and I think both Clemson and Alabama. You know, this new territory for teams. You celebrate, but you know there's another prize that's much larger that's out there on January 11th. So it's kind of a 7 or 8 as far as celebrations go.
Henry scored early after a bomb to Ridley. Cyrus Jones, the big pick before halftime. Look at the play by Ridley here. The hand strength and the toe tap, given a touchdown upon further review. This was huge as Alabama began to pull away. And then Cyrus Jones making the special teams touchdown, his 4th of the season, really seemed to put Michigan State away for good measure. They went deep to Ridley again, a 50-yard connection from Coker, who was 25 of 30 for 286 tonight, and one final stiff arm from the Heisman Trophy winner, Derrick Henry, who finished with 75 yards and a couple of touchdown runs. Alabama rolls 38-0. Back after this quick break.
The Ford postgame is brought to you by Ford. We go further so you can. And Sherwin-Williams. Make the most of your color with the very best paint.
Welcome back to the Ford GT postgame. In these two semifinals, Kirk, there were two outstanding defensive performances. Obviously, Alabama's shutout speaks for itself, but as you see Jay Coker talking to the media on the field, his great performance. Meanwhile, in Miami, Clemson shut out an excellent Oklahoma offense after halftime. And again, we told you earlier, expecting to get Shaq Lawson back. So what about that Clemson defense, Brent Venables and his crew against Derrick Henry and Coker in the championship game?
Brent Venables has come up with a lot of answers.